Let's go ahead and pull ourselves on in. Shit, I'm missing. All right, so what is everybody looking for?
I want to find a replacement for my book in this Cyclops before I have to talk to the scary ghost lady about it.
Probably a wise choice. What exactly are you asking them?
Where I can find like that book and possibly have it sent to me.
Okay, it sort of rolls its eye back up into his head. This is Google, by the way, so you're Googling it. His eye rolls back up in his head, comes back and looks at you and blinks and says, "Book gone."
It's gone? What do you mean, gone from the world?
Well, it did burn up in your possession.
Was that the only one?
Its eyes roll up back, or its eye rolls back up in its head and comes back, and it says, "Only other known copy in the Ravenloft Sanatorium."
Oh shit, I hate that place. No, not going there. Well, I guess I'll just like pay for it. I'll tell the guy who wrote it works here. I could just tell him to write the book again. That's what I'll do.
Ko, you weren't meant to come with them. Where you're off doing your training stuff in the yard, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we can that can still just it's you got to take your little breaks, right? So your role play there, your emote can still stand doing it elsewhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for similar books, same topic.
Okay, well if you give me a intelligence check.
What about
you can't remember where you found that book last time.
what about history? No, never mind. Is it that bad of a roll? I can't even see it. Honestly, I forgot what the name of the book. It was like Vampire the Masquerade or something by Anne Rice.
Merrick, while he's kind of scratching, while she's kind of scratching her head and trying to remember the name of that book, what are you doing?
I would like to ask Google on how to find some. I'd like to find some books on the forming of the dead wall.
His eye rolls up in his head and comes back, and he says, "Northeast corner, top shelf." Left, bottom shelf.
Thank you.
Zeradius, what are you doing?
I was gonna start in one of my essays.
Okay, you're actually gonna start physically writing it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that first.
Yeah, how do we get our homework done for real? Like we just gotta sit down and commit like some roleplay time to it, or
you have to sit down, and we will have I'll have some checks for you based on what you literally bring to the table.
So we gotta have like research books and shit.
I'm looking for the book along with Merrick. I listened to Google's response and followed him up here and helping him look.
I mean, there's several. There's a couple of different. There's a book on the Mages Guild. There's a book specifically on the Undead. There is a history of Falcovia. It's kind of what angle are you looking for? Are you looking to get nitty gritty on individual subjects? Are you looking for overall?
The technical specifications of the creation of the wall.
Hey, that's a fucking title of the book that you're looking at. How coincidental.
There you go. Then I that's what I'm going to write that essay about is the technical specifications, like what energy is used, how much it's used, from what location to what location, that kind of stuff.
Well, that's certainly covered in the book of that title. Go ahead, and if you're taking it, write that title down somewhere so you know what book you have.
I want to grab the one on the Undead and the one on the Mages.
After I get that book, then I'm going to go ask Google about a different book.
Radius, are you just writing a book, writing a report without having read a book?
No, I don't remember much. Not gonna lie, I'm fading fast over here. Refresh my memory on our essay topics, please, and I'll pick.
Oh, you're supposed to find out effective ways of combating the undead and the history, like the some about the formation of the dead wall barrier that keeps the dead at bay.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm gonna focus on the undead one first, so I'm gonna go ask Google book on that, and then start writing after I find.
All right. He points you to the northwest corner of the library for books specifically on the undead. I'm gonna circle back to Mert. Mert, what are you up to now?
I'll talk to the scary ghost lady about what happens like if you lose a book.
What specifically do you say to her?
What happens if I lose a book?
Pay.
Are different books priced differently?
Yeah.
What's like the highest amount I could possibly owe for a book? I think I have like 1 silver.
Not going to cut it.
So then what happens? Okay.
You won't be able to check out any books until there has been restitution.
Well, I've only had the book for like a day, so when is the book due?
A week from when it was taken.
Okay. Thank you for your help.
Anytime. Marcus, what are you doing now?
I'm going back and I'm asking Google, where would I find books on effective ways of harming the undead?
Sai rolls up in his head, comes back down, and he says, Undead specific Northwest, magical creatures and unexplained beasts, the West.
Thank you. Okay, I get me a book.
What do you look? So you want to know how to harm the undead? Let's say you find a book that looks like it's kind of a journal. It's like leather bound. It's not really, a hardbound book. And it's just called Road Encounters: Tales of a Wandering Merchant in the Undead Wastes. Seems pretty good if you flip through it. It's got a lot of first-hand accounts of fighting the undead out in the open.
And I assume effective strategies for dealing with them.
In some of the stories, certainly. And some of them probably end in disaster, I'm sure. It's a variety of accounts.
Okay, I hold on to that one, but I keep looking for a book that's better.
Give me an investigation roll. All right, you find Encyclopedia de Mort.
And that is kind of the way it sounds, an Encyclopedia of Dead.
Yep, and it's unassuming, which is why you kind of had to search for it. It's large, but it's nondescript. There's not even a title on it. You had to pull it out of the shelf to find it. But it's pretty hefty, and it looks like it covers a pretty fair range of known undead entities.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then with my time, if I may occupy the floor for just a moment more, is I'm going to read that little journal type book, read a few of the stories there, and put it back. But I'm going to check out the big book even after I get done writing because I want to read the big book more in my room.
All right, give me one more investigation check to see how much you retain from the book you're putting back.
Not a lot.
Not much. All right, I'm going to make a note for later. Give me just a second.
If nothing else, maybe you'll give me a couple of colorful stories to add in my essay.
Okay. What's everybody else up to? Let's go back to Brandon. Brandon, you've had your Koa's had his rest. What is he working on now?
Well, I assume it would be his athletics.
All right, give me 3 athletics checks in a row. All right, you kind of stumbled out the gate with what you were trying to do. You persevered and you pushed through, but it wasn't spectacular or anything. You kind of, if you were being hard on yourself, you'd kind of say that wasn't good enough, even though you achieved it. Like a football coach breaking down the play. But that last maneuver, you feel pretty good about. You got there through pushing through it and continuing. Zeradius, what are you doing? Are you you got your books? You're gonna attempt to write here and now?
Yes.
All right, let's see here. Which one are you attempting to write first?
Undead.
I want you to give me. I think it's gonna be another investigation check. You have advantage because you were in the library. So we're gonna do basically your subject matter. This is your first roll. You have advantage, so go ahead and roll again, and we'll take the higher score. And the second roll here is going to be your structure and your, like your speaking voice and your ability to actually write something. So give me another roll with advantage. Okay, that's better. All right. You have a little essay written. It doesn't seem too bad to you. You feel confident. What are you other guys up to?
I'm gonna try to like cheat off of Merrick.
I haven't started writing my essay yet because I was actually going to do something else once you might have all been finished.
I'm gonna look for books on the topic. Can I just do like a search, perception, intelligence, or whatever, investigation?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos on this one. This is where I get an advantage. Once per long rest, you can gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Is that one of your racial features?
That is a class feature.
Class feature. Okay.
Wild magic
yeah.
class feature. So what happens is the next time I use magic, when I roll on the magic search table, I regain the use of the feature. Otherwise, I can only use it once per day.
Okay, give me that roll.
Which is investigation.
That's very good. What was the topic you were looking for?
The undead and the dead wall. Fighting the undead and basically.
Oh, you were investigating about your lack of a book. Okay. Well, yeah, you easily find a couple of books on the subject at hand that seem like they know what they're talking about. What you end up with is to your liking is a sort of a report on the workings of Falcovia, the city in its current state, which has a long chapter dedicated to the Dead Wall. And for the Undead, you find a sort of a scientific journal of an autopsy of a live, so to speak, zombie by a former member of the Slayers Guild.
Can I use these books to write essays?
Sure. Yeah.
Can I roll again to do that?
Yeah. Go. Get.
I hate having homework, man. I don't want to keep thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Grab some seat.
Do my homework like a good student.
Which one are you gonna attempt to write first?
The one on the dead wall.
All right, give me with advantage an investigation check for your subject that you're able to come up with. Ooh, hachi machi.
Yeah, baby.
All right, give me one more with advantage for your structure and craftsmanship of the essay.
Would that be intelligence or would that be investigation again?
Well, I made Katie roll investigation, and I think I'm saying investigation because it's sort of based on what you're able to take from the books.
Right.
Still not bad.
Oh, I'm actually smart.
All right. What's Marcus up to now at this point?
I'm gonna write my book or write my essay. Just sit right here at this table right here and write my essay. Essays.
Right. Essays. All right, which one are you going for first?
I'll do the forming of the wall because I got the book first.
Okay. Go ahead and let's see that investigation check for subject composition.
Should I be doing it multiple times or what?
Yeah, you have advantage. All right, now let's do your actual again with advantage. All right, you feel pretty good about what you've written.
Cool. And then when I get done with that one, I write the other one.
Marak, what are you doing?
Alright, so while everyone was writing their essays and doing this, what Marak wanted to do was actually go up to the front and check out these two books.
Okay.
And then I wanted to go find Professor Von Richten, the headmaster, and do a one-on-one interview with him and kind of like just talk about these two subjects with him as like a scholarly thing. And take notes on that, and then I was going to use all of that information and the 3 books I have to then write my essay.
Okay, you're being a real teacher's pet nerd. I like it.
What Merrick would do.
All right, so you go in pursuit of the headmaster. And we will circle back to you in just a moment. Everybody give me a perception check that's not Merrick, because he's by the point that this happened.
Oops, that's with advantage. Hold on. Do you want me to redo it, or just you take the first one?
I'm taking the low one. Oh, sorry, not you, Ko. You're not here either.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right. So Marcus, you see out of the corner of your eye a blur of motion coming from this area. I need you to confirm with a second perception check.
Boom, 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 boom.
So what you saw, you're not sure, but it looked like, if you didn't know better, you'd say it was like a moving shadow, but you kind of get the impression of like a cloak, like silent running along that area of the wall where it was.
I get up and I go look over there.
You see from over here the flash of a cloak tail around this bookcase.
I run and try to catch them.
Give me an athletics check. All right, the other two of you notice that Marcus is running along the wall here of the library. You make it there in what should be plenty of time to confront it, but there's nothing there.
Did I see anything, considering that he ran past me?
You
I'm
did.
reaching out my hands around me and trying to grab anything that's invisible.
Well,
I'm assuming it's somebody that's invisible.
You know what, Mert? Give me a perception check. No, you did not see anything. You were busy writing, you know.
I was writing my book. I mean, my essay.
There's nothing. You grab air. Give me one final perception check.
God damn it.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You
Mert.
do see Mert. Yeah, you did see him come around the corner and grasp at air.
Mert, there's somebody here with an invisible cloak.
How can you be sure if you couldn't see it?
Their cloak flipped up in the end and I saw the underbelly of it. I saw it for a moment. They came around the corner here.
Maybe you're hallucinating? I don't know. I didn't see anything. Did I hear like footsteps?
No, you didn't hear
Running?
anything either. No.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I walk away.
I'm busy being a good student.
Where do you walk? Okay, wait. Stop. Go back to where that door is. Give me another perception check as you walk defeated that way.
God damn it.
It's good enough. You notice that door with a sign on it that says restricted is ajar.
I lean inside the door with just my head. Hello?
You just see that. The door to your right is open, and you can kind of see in there a little area, and it's kind of like stacks of books and little notes on them, and it's the sign on the sign says
Go
restricted.
up to the front and
No
go up to the
access.
front and tell the clerk that somebody broke into the back area and stole something.
No. Shh. Wait. We can check out the scene and see what happened ourselves.
Yeah, go
Alright,
tell
we
him
don't
and I'll
need-
go look.
No, we don't know. We'll both go look. Come on. We don't need to get them involved. Where are you going?
Covering our asses. Go ahead and go look.
No, you don't cover. We cover their asses by taking a look at what's
Just
going on.
hurry up.
All right, I'm gonna run in to this room.
You can't.
That's not the one.
I don't know if I would go running. Well, you already did. So, the door is open, but you bounce back against a magical barrier, and you take 3 points of damage because you were not expecting it at all. And it goes boom.
I want to go back up there and try to look at the book.
You see a book on a table, and there is a quill with red ink, and large passages are being crossed out, and there's another stack of books on the side that are kind of arranged haphazardly, and then there's a stack on the left side that is arranged nice and orderly. It kind of looks like a to-do and a done pile.
I'm trying to get their attention.
It's just crossing out words.
They turn to you, and she says, "Yes."
I point at the back. Someone broke into the library, into the back restricted area, and they stole something, I think. There was somebody with an invisible cloak running away, and the door is wide open, and there's no security or anything. And I didn't want to get blamed for it, so I thought I should tell you.
She stands up and goes, and like flies at at Mert because she thinks that you're the one who's in here.
Whoa! I knew that
Oops.
shit was gonna happen. My
Um,
sanity is done.
She reaches out and the flesh on her face seemingly ashes away until it's a skull with glowing red eyes, and it lunges at you. Give me that sanity check.
Can I be charging back there to like say not her?
Sure.
Yeah, like I don't know how far you want me to move in that same turn because she was going through walls, I assume.
You can move twice your speed in one turn. It's not going to cut it, Mert. You lose 2 sanity points. You scream and cower. You are frightened. Marcus, you get in there just as you see her rearing up over Mert, and Mert shielding her face and screaming in abject horror.
No, not her. She was helping me. She was checking to make sure nobody else was in here. It wasn't her.
What you said?
It's somebody else. I told you they were leaving. We have to lock down the library. They're probably already gone by now.
Why didn't you say so?
You left too quickly. You know, you should let people finish their sentences before you go charging through bookcases.
This is a restricted area. Get out now.
What's so restricted about it? Can I? What's going on over here?
Just
I want
get out here, Mert. Mert.
I'm gonna investigate this book area. I'm on my way out, just kind of real quick, like check that.
You fool! I facepalm.
All right. Give me a. I don't want to do this. Hang on. Don't do anything. I need to figure out how I need to do this. Okay. Give me a charisma saving throw. God damn, that's pretty good. You feel this ghost trying to take control of your mind to make you leave the area, but you're just too you to let it happen. It screams, "Get out!"
But why? Why would you restrict anything in a library?
Google stands up to his full height and starts taking room-shaking stomps in your.
Well, shit, that sounds
I
pretty
scoot
bad.
out of the way.
I'm just gonna go.
I sit down and continue writing my essay.
I'm just gonna point into this room for Google to go in there, as if I'm directing.
He does. He follows your instructions, and the door slams, and you see a sort of magical seal go around the seams of the door.
So now they can't get out?
No, they're preventing. They're kind of locking down and assessing the situation.
Well, I'm gonna be looking over my shoulder. You know, if there's room on the other side of the table, I'm gonna scoot over here next to what's Zeradius, the Radius. Yeah, I'm gonna go sit next to Zeradius, and that way I can see the doorway. And I'm gonna try to watch as much as I can while writing my essay too.
All right, so everybody, did y'all want to go ahead and write your second essay?
Correctamundo.
Yes.
Let's go check in on Merrick, who has tracked down Professor Van Richten, who is kind of surprised to see you in his office on the free day, but is welcoming. He says, please come in, have a seat. What may I do for you?
Professor Van Richten, I'm working on my essay, and I know that you have a lot of experience with fighting the undead and ilk of that matter, and I just wanted to get some of your stories that I might be able to quote you in my essays.
He considers this for a second and then chuckles, and he says, you know what, this is very smart and very bright, but me telling you the knowledge that I am asking you to learn.
I am trying to learn from you, and who best to learn from than the source?
This defeats the whole point of the exercise. You see this. I know you know this. I will tell you something you already know through your own experience what affects the undead, don't you?
I do, and I have notes from class. I was just hoping to get some quotes from you that I could use in my essay.
Well, that is not going to happen. But I appreciate your gumption. I just feel that you need to learn the investigation yourself. I didn't know what I know by having it told to me. I lived it. I experienced it. And I would be robbing you of the same level of understanding if I was to just give you the answers for your essay. He nods his head, still smiling, still happy, just kind of matter-of-factly. Okay, well, I am very busy, so he stands up and goes and walks to the door. And thank you for visiting, and I look forward to reading that essay on Monday.
Yes, sir.
He kind of closes the door a little bit harder as you leave than his demeanor would have you think he was. But he wasn't by any means rude or nasty, and he seems to be a fairly pleasant person. And now we are back. Marcus, let's get that essay written. Actually, let's touch in on Co. Brandon, are you still with us? I know it's been a minute since we checked in on you.
Yeah, I'm still here.
What is Co up to? I would assume they've probably been in the library for about an hour at this point.
Well, if it's athletics, he'd be doing like parkour shit, flipping off of walls, doing kata with his staff. That's about all.
Give me 3 acrobatics checks this time.
Ooh, nice. Speaking my language. I actually have acrobatics as a skill.
So Screet has been watching you work all day, and you both worked together and came up with the idea of there's fence poles, right? And he can't fly, but he can certainly flutter in the air a little bit. So what you came up with was you're gonna try to run and jump and flip over the fence poles, and he's gonna be flapping up and trying to peck you and knock you off as you do. And he is very good at it. You are not able to get to the end without him pecking you off.
Yeah, I was gonna say he kind of got me.
It seems like a good little exercise, but you're both having fun, and you're kind of pseudo on the outer stages of bonding. You know, you seem at least he's respectful of you. You know, he's as a student, he sees your eagerness, and he's kind of reciprocating that with this whole inventing this little regimen that you guys are doing. You know. And so there's some laughing, and there's some jibbing, and he's like, you know, slapping you on the back of the head with his wing, saying, "Get back up there." And meanwhile, Marcus is sitting at a table writing a paper.
And I return to the library, defeated.
I assume you want an investigation roll?
I need 2 sets of investigation rolls with advantage.
I get advantage on both? Oh, thank goodness for that one. Oh. Like, I got, like, great scores on everything but one of my essay rolls.
Yep. And that is that was the sort of composition one. So you've just arranged it sloppily. The information is there, but it's just not structured very well.
Makes sense. I'm a little distracted because of what's going on, you know, so my mind's only half on the paper now. I want to know what the fuck happened behind those doors.
Radius, are you back yet?
Yeah.
All right, let's write your second paper. Give me those 2 sets of investigation rolls. I think after we're done writing papers, we're gonna probably be looking to wrap it up soon, unless you guys want to keep going. But I know it's getting to the point where people start to get tired. So.
Ooh, look at those! Damn. Ugh, you couldn't spread the love around a little bit.
All right, you still you feel good about it, but you know that it's feeling a little sloppy. And the good thing is, you guys still have time. I will allow you to attempt again to do a rewrite. You know, at some point. That's totally up to you if you're happy with what you have, or if you want to try and go that extra mile.
I have a proposition.
What you got?
Well, if the investigation isn't up to par for them, and also for myself, because this is the history of the Dead Wall, how about using the history skill check?
Sure, it makes sense to me.
I say that because I do better with history.
Well, I don't know if it. If let's do your initial roll, and I'll let for the wall report. If you guys want to try and touch up at a later time, I'll let you use history to do that. But just because everybody else did investigation, I want you to do.
I'm making an argument with you about why I think it should be history.
Yes, and I am considering that, but I also want to be fair. So we will have that on the table for the future.
I will say, if you're looking for other people's arguments that did it, mine is exactly the same, so it would have been 100% exactly the same. So I don't care either way if other people want to use history or whatever. I'm just letting you know, like, I don't feel like I'll be getting shortchanged if I don't get to go back and redo mine. It's fine.
if everyone else feels that way, then you can do that. Speak
Well,
now.
the argument the argument is the same as if so everyone's gonna make this strength check for this one thing, but this one character decides to do something differently, so they make a dexterity check.
Sure.
You're saying
Okay. Yeah.
everybody should make the strength check, and they don't get the option of making it a different way or approach.
Yeah. You're right. I see what you're saying. It's kind of like you are instead of using the nature of investigating by looking through the books, you're using your knowledge in your own history and your own way of looking at history. So yeah, sure, that's fine. That works for me.
Okay.
But you are still gonna need for the subject, I'm going to say investigation, but for the structure, you can use that history roll.
All right. Subject was first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems fair that there would be an element of investigation, even if you already have a strong sense of history and it would help you writing. That all this seems totally logical. Not that you needed my approval. I'm just, volunteering my opinion.
And you're doing the wall first?
Yeah.
Keith, are you like writing down our successes and all that stuff?
I am.
Okay, cool.
That one's definitely going to be a rewrite.
Look at your history. You talked it all up, and look at you go.
Yep. It just makes sense from like a role-playing perspective to me, though.
Absolutely.
Your history is a little bit flawed.
Yeah, you are a bird person, so.
Your perspective comes from your tribe kind of thing, so it's not quite exactly consistent with what known scientists believe, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the second essay too?
Yes. So the second will be your ways of combating the undead.
That one I'd probably do investigation for both, I think. Haha. I cannot write.
Well, you're only 3 years old, so let's
It's
not
true.
be too harsh on ourselves.
I don't have much experience with other cultures.
And I'm sure your hands are probably not the best for holding a writing utensil.
Merrick is my hand twin.
That's a Friends reference. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it is.
Ken and I just watched that episode. Oh wait, were you here when we watched it?
I could have been because it's very, very fresh.
Yeah, you were probably here, and I probably put it on when we got fucking Chinese or something.
Yeah.
Did we ever get Chinese? No, we didn't.
I'm coming out tomorrow, by the way.
God,
Tomorrow?
I wish Chinese food.
Yeah.
Wait, we got to talk though before you come out, because if you've been hanging out with people that are COVID positive, then you might want to not come out right away.
I'm not just sure I'm HIV positive.
Oh, okay, well we'll talk about that too, buddy.
Nah, I'm good. I'm not sick.
Well, we'll talk about it more. But yeah, I'm definitely okay to talking about it, but we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay. Sorry, I interrupted. Please proceed.
It's okay.
Is Katie back?
I didn't go anywhere. I've been here the whole time.
God damn it, Katie.
I thought you were AFK.
She
No.
said back in chat like
Oh, I didn't hear that.
long
You already
time
spoke
ago.
to me. I did
I see.
rolls.
I see.
Yeah, she wrote her paper last.
You did. Okay. I totally missed that.
You
I
big
better-
silly.
I better write that down.
You're being a big silly bear right now.
I am. I've had too much weed.
Everybody being big. Well, this is 5 hours and 40 minutes into our game session, so I think we're allowed to be a little bit silly.
Right, which is why I propose that we end the session evenly. That would be the end of your free day. And we have exciting martial classes up for the next one. So unless you guys are really intent on playing, I will stick around and we can continue. But I leave that up to you.
I worry about Katie more than anything because she's the one that wakes up at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yeah, I don't really mind either way. I got it. Cal, are you watching this fucking hockey game?
Not really. I mean, my eyes are looking at it, but I really don't care. It's just on muted in the background. It's bad, so don't worry about it.
Fucking, yeah, it's really bad.
Play a game of hockey when we're done with D&D.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm sleeping before the game. Fading fast. I should go take more meds.
God damn it, Kit. Okay.
Well,
Thank
And maybe you live. I'll give you COVID.
yeah, I'll tip
I
my
love
hat
you
to
too.
this. I'll tip my hat to you, Katie, in the sense that if you're sick and you made it for 5 hours and 43